the Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap.
Offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Here's 3rd and 6. Darnold. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. A gain of 2, just like we saw in 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give to Williams, running right. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Nix. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's...
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 3-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Off of play action, Darnold. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Naylor, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Nix to the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are once again back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings ready to go with Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are once again back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw taken in by Hockenson here. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Addison's got it. What a catch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Darnold. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. Touchdown! Jordan Addison, 33 yards. And the Vikings have moved out in front. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nix on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Nix to throw again. He finds Sutton crossing the formation complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. Nix now on 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Nix. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Marvin Mims, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be. All tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Darnold's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Darnold on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really on 2nd down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The kick by Lutz is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone. Here is 3rd and 5. To throw is Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
An inside give to Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the 50, it's Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Lutz is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored
yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Completes this to Addison out left. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. Fighting his way through contact. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
A give to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Darnold from the red zone now.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, Ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
To throw is Nix.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Darnold to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. Gets by him at the 25. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Darnold now to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's 1st down.
Darnold.
Addison hauls it in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Here's 1st and goal.
Now it's Darnold. His pass caught at the 4.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Second and goal from the 1.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Now the biggest extra point of this man's life. And it is good, and his guys have taken the lead in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
But the most important one, got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Second and goal from the 1.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Now the biggest extra point of this man's life. And it is good, and his guys have taken the lead in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
He's back to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Now first and goal.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead.
This is caught by Addison.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. That might just have been the most pressure-filled kick in Super Bowl history, but he stepped up, knocked it through just like it was a Tuesday practice in July.
And if it's not the most pressure-filled, it's certainly right among them. A title on the line, and he comes through. Nails.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name